Well, hello, class of 2021. Can you believe that we've come to the end of this unusual year? Maybe even more breathtaking is the fact that you're coming to the end of at least this portion of your seminary journey. It has been a privilege for me to be able to walk beside you, even if by Zoom, over the course of these last several months, and to be celebrating with you as you anticipate this next portion of your life, your ministry, your leadership, and your profession. I know that those who've been along the ride with you for more time than I have are particularly proud of your accomplishments. And as we begin this season of leave-taking events, I hope that you are also engaged in some reflective stock-taking, thinking about the difference that you have made in the lives of others, that you have touched while you were here at the seminary, the impressions that you've left with your classmates and your faculty, and that you're taking stock of the difference that they also made in your life. Those are gifts that you will carry with you forever. And I hope that you are treasuring those and locking them in your heart, keeping them for a later time when you might need to be able to draw on that nourishment for challenges that you see ahead. Whether they were mental awarenesses that you came to know as part of your educational process here, or whether they were soul-satisfying senses of encouragement that you received from people that you cared for and respected deeply. Today we have the opportunity to pat a few of you on the back and celebrate some particular accomplishments. And it's interesting this year for me to be able to observe the deliberations that the faculty went through as they chose the award recipients this year. You know, this isn't the first time in my career that I've been a part of an awards ceremony, and it's not the first time in my career that I've been a part of deliberations about who should receive awards. But it was my first time here, and my first time to observe this faculty making this kind of a decision. And one thing that was really, really striking to me that I want to lift up for you, because you didn't have the opportunity to observe it as I did, is that in years past at other places that I've been, many times the criteria for selection are completely objective, and the faculty almost don't know all of the people who are vying for a particular award. And usually it comes down to one or two faculty members who know that student well, who can help identify them as the appropriate recipient for each award. It's different here. It's different here. Now, you know that because you've been here longer than I have. You know that it's different here. You know that each and every faculty member knows who you are and cares for you and is part of your success to date and will be part of the success that you will draw on for years to come. But that was reflected in the deliberation. This was not a rubber stamp, easy decision for these awards. The faculty were able to contribute with nuance and detail, accomplishments that each of you have exhibited in many of these categories, and debated and deliberated about who should finally be the award recipient. I share all that because I think when institutions like this give awards like this, that one of the things we should be mindful of is that we are picking out perhaps one or two, or in this case, a little bit more than 15 people in the class to give specific awards to. But the celebrations that we are having the opportunity to occasion today are emblematic of the esteem that the faculty hold each and every one of you in. So even as we single out a few people and ask them to be the recipients of particular awards, know that it is symbolic of the accomplishments that each and every one of you have made. And as we go through each award, I want you to think about your own personal growth and achievement in that area. It may not be your name that's called out, but you might be able to call out to yourself quietly the ways that you improved in that area while you were here at Lancaster Theological Seminary. You might be able to identify the barrier or the hurdle that you overcame, the fear that you stepped into, the skill that you gained. I want you to give yourself an award at that moment as you think about that dimension of growth that you've experienced as a seminarian here. And I want you to take pride and I want you to take satisfaction in that level of growth. And then I want you to know that the person whose name we do call out also experienced those barriers, those hurdles, that level of learning, as well as perhaps those fears, and overcame those and leaned into those just like you did. And let that fuel your applause, albeit virtual, for their accomplishments and for celebrating them, a member of your class that was called by name to acknowledge the growth and the achievement that each of you has exhibited while you were here. So, congratulations to all of you who received awards today. Congratulations to each of you for all of the accomplishments and achievements that you have exhibited over your time here at Lancaster. God bless.
Thank you, Dr. Rowe. And thanks to the generosity of our benefactors, the seminary is able to award a series of prizes each spring. And now for our awards. The Raymond W. Albright Prize in History is given each year to a member of the graduating class who has demonstrated the greatest proficiency in church history through an essay or source notably in American church history. And the Raymond W. Albright Prize in History is awarded to Louise Frank. The Reverend Delores Liberation Theology Preaching Prize is awarded each year to the student who preaches a sermon that best embodies the principles of liberation theology. Preference will be given to a graduating senior. The Reverend Delores Liberation Theology Preaching Prize is awarded to Sarah Ramsland. The Class of 1892 Prize for the Best Written Sermon is awarded on the ground of truth and the literary finish with which the sermon is prepared. The Class of 1892 Prize for the Best Written Sermon is awarded to Louise Rank. The Herman M. Lutz Prize in Christian Education is awarded to a seminarian who has demonstrated special gifts and competence in the teaching office of ministry through field education, the parish training program, or other local church experience, as evidenced through and supported by such things as the creation of curricular resources and or models for teaching, a videotape of an outstanding teaching event, and seminary classroom leadership. And the Herman M. Lutz Prize in Christian Education is awarded to Elizabeth Schuba. The Schaff Prize in Church History is awarded to a seminarian who has completed the basic church history course and who writes the best paper on an assigned topic in church history during the academic year. The Schaff Prize in Church History is awarded to Cynthia Layton. The Unitarian Universalist Preaching Prize is awarded to a master's level Unitarian Universalist student for a sermon that best embodies the values and 7 principles of the Unitarian Universalist tradition. The Unitarian Universalist Preaching Prize is awarded to Elizabeth Schuba. The Glenn Dean Memorial Prize is awarded to a student who has made the most significant contributions in the arts, church music, or contemporary worship. The Glenn Dean Memorial Prize is awarded to Jeremy Edwards. The Edith and Robert T. Fauth Prize is awarded both to a MDiv student in the day program and an MDiv student in the weekend program for the purpose of underwriting book purchases by these students. The Edith and Robert T. Fauth Prize is awarded to Moat Asede in the day program and Michelle Price in the weekend program. The Nevin R. Frantz Prize in Rural Church Ministry is awarded to a member of the graduating class showing promise for rural pastorate work. The Nevin R. Frantz Prize in Rural Christian Ministry is awarded to Robert Garvey. The Guy and Emma Moyer Award is given to a student for the purpose of continuing his or her research and education through the purchase of desired books. The recipient of the Guy and Emma Moyer Award is Jerome Smalls. The Dr. Paul Reid Pontius Memorial Award is given to a student who has demonstrated excellence in worship. The Dr. Paul Reid Pontius Memorial Award in worship is awarded to China Maryang Cook. The Reverend Thomas W. Rhoads Prize in Biblical Interpretation is given both for Old Testament interpretation and New Testament interpretation to a student who has demonstrated excellence in work in their courses and show promise of creative and responsible use of Scripture in teaching and preaching ministries of the church to purchase resources to aid in the interpretation of Scripture. The Reverend Thomas W. Rhoads Prize in Biblical Interpretation in the Old Testament is awarded to Louise Rank. The Reverend Thomas W. Rhoads Prize in Biblical Interpretation for the New Testament is awarded to Sarah Snowden. The Rural Church Prize is awarded to a student who has demonstrated excellence in rural church ministry. The Rural Church Prize is awarded to Sean Robert Gray. The Frederick Schaeffer Prize in Church and Community is awarded to a seminarian chosen by the faculty who demonstrates excellence in the field of religion and society during the academic year. The Frederick Schaeffer Prize in Church and Community is awarded to Jonathan Paredes. The Faculty Prize in Theology is granted to a first-year student in the MDiv program who demonstrates a high degree of creativity and analytic rigor in the study of theology through written work composed for any class. The Faculty Prize in Theology is awarded to Cam Richardson. The Barbara Kershner Daniel Award in Field Education is awarded to a rising third-year Master of Divinity student in the weekday program and a rising fourth-year Master of Divinity student in the weekend program who demonstrate special skills, competence, and creativity in the pastoral field. The Barbara Kershner Daniel Award in Field Education is awarded to Chandola Tillman in the day program and Robert Garvey in the weekend program. Congratulations and welcome to our new officers of the Seminarian Community Council for the year 2021-22. Jennifer Weitzel, Moderator. Jennifer Butler, Vice Moderator. Carol Moore, Treasurer. And Greg Colhep, Secretary. Congratulations to all of our award recipients, to our new Seminarian Community Council officers, and all of the students receiving their Master of Divinity degree, Master of Arts in Religion degree, Master of Arts in Ministry and Leadership degree, and Doctor of Ministry degree, as well as our Certificate in Anglican Studies recipients.